disappears to the dreamers, the seekers, the wise. Crystal lavender will reach in the skies. Through tarot and starlight will always roam. In the heart of the universe we found our home. Comes where the mystics play. We speak the language of the Milky Way. A touch of Venus, a kiss from the moon, guiding lost hearts with a sweet gentle tune.
VIRGO, 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 and Virgo is the sign. Yo, what up? All right. Hi, Virgo. Welcome here. Welcome back. This is your weekly reading for April 21st through the 27th. All right. Happy Easter. Happy 420 if you celebrate any of that. And if not, well, merry everything and happy always, right? So before we get started, we're going to talk about this. This is my book. It is called Say You Love. And it is a testimony of triumph over the darkness of childhood, SA, and addiction. Okay. And you could get this book on Amazon for $12.12, or you could get a free copy of it at my website at crystal-lavender.com. You can also book a personal private reading on my website, and there is a 10% off coupon for any of my services that I offer, as well as signing up to my free weekly newsletter that comes out every Monday that's got exclusive content. Okay, so all on my website, you can get a personal private reading, you can download a free copy of my book, and you can sign up for my free weekly newsletter right there at crystal-lavender.com. All right. And make sure you check out my shorts feed, because I upload a new pick a pile or a daily, like there's a daily every day in my shorts feed. Okay. So I do the weeklies, I do lives, and I do dailies in my shorts. I'm also on TikTok and Instagram. Even though I'm fairly new to all that, I'm still kind of figuring out. But all right. Anyways, let's go on to your reading. Virgo for the week of April 21st through the 27th. What do we got? Make today your new beginning. Try to leave any past mistakes in the past. Don't allow them to weigh you down any longer. Move forward today with the confidence and knowing that you have better and brighter days ahead. Sometimes the situations, like if we are focused on something, like we make it so much worse than it really needs to be, because we go over it and over and over in our head, or we keep coming back to something that pissed us off, right? Like you're scrolling Facebook, or you get cut off in traffic, and it's like you keep going back to that situation, like, oh, what I would have said or what I could have done. And it's like your body doesn't really know that you're not in that situation anymore. It's like you still have the exact same reaction as if you were actually in the middle of the argument or in the middle of that specific circumstance. So every time that you bring something up and go over it in your mind, you're reliving it over and over and over again. That's also what happens with PTSD and trauma survivors. We end up reliving our past trauma over and over and over and over and over again until we start replacing those memories with something different, right? So there's something that you're looking at over and over and over again that is ruining your today. Don't ruin your today by thinking about the bullshit that happened yesterday or what could possibly happen tomorrow. So we are like, if we got rid of the way we thought things, like take for example, okay, look around your life, take a real good stock of what's really going on. Like, what is really happening in your life right now? How much of the problems that you have are problems that you are living in your mind? Like, it's pretty amazing. Like, once we get rid of all the worry and all of the, the conversations that we have with other people, like with the person that cut us off in traffic, how you wish you would have done this or done that. And it's like you keep replaying it on replay. You just stop and repeat and stop and repeat, rewind, stop and repeat these same situations over and over again, but you're not even living in that present moment anymore. If you got rid of all of those things, like your life would be so much more peaceful, Master of your mind. Stop focusing on the damn shit. A way to put those two together. All right. So that goes really well together. So yeah, stop focusing on it. Stop focusing on whatever's pissing you off. Okay. Whatever's worrying you, whatever's upsetting you. So that, like, you have control over what it is that you focus on, what you put your attention into. Where your attention goes, your manifestation flows. Okay. Attention with intention. What do we got in your major arcana? The devil. I think you're chained, like you might be chained to some sort of repetitive thoughts, obsessive compulsive thought patterns. There might be something that is chaining you to things that aren't even in reality. All right. This also could be about like overcoming addictions or tapping into the underbelly of ourselves, tapping into our deepest fears, our things that we find shameful, our taboos, our kinks, stuff like that. Like the devil represents everything in us that we don't feel as holy. So confronting those things within ourselves and releasing ourselves from the bonds of that chain, of feeling the shame, or there's some sort of repetitive, this is also addiction. That could be addiction. I mean, some people are addicted to worrying. Some people are addicted to negativity. Some people are addicted to gossip and drama. There are people out there that are addicted to eating paint chips. Okay. So, I mean, we each have our own thing. And a lot of us like to think that, like, oh, well, the stoner says, well, at least I'm not smoking cigarettes. The cigarette smoker says, well, at least I'm not an alcoholic. The alcoholic says, well, at least I'm not smoking meth. The meth head says, at least I'm not doing heroin. You know, the sex addict says, at least I'm not addicted to food. It's like we all have some sort of ailments that we refuse to see inside of ourselves or we're ashamed of inside of ourselves. So the devil is about accepting those parts of us that are shameful, acknowledging them for what they are, but releasing, like, once you release the shame um that comes along with it, it's like you free yourself from the shackles. You free yourself from the shackles of repeating that same loop over and over again. So there's something that isn't good. It's toxic. Devil's toxic. That's toxic shit. So I mean, and I don't like toxic positivity. Like the devil is definitely part of our reality. It's part of every human on the planet. Like none of us are perfect, but we're all perfectly imperfect. So it might just be this, the way that you focus on stuff. You repeat the same shit over and over in your head, and you don't even know that you're not even in that situation no more. You know, there are some things that happen today that might piss us off royally, hurt our feelings, piss us off royally. But in a year from now, we won't even remember what it was. So don't let those moments ruin your today. Okay. What do we got going on in the finances? I'm sorry about that glare right there. I don't like that. Finances, author. So some of you might be embarking on writing your own memoir. Okay, working on publishing your own book. Says your words will have great impact on those who read them. Okay, like just like with me with my book, like I wasn't sure, like what is my story going to do for someone else? But I've had so many people reach out to me and tell me thank you for being so vulnerable, for sharing my story, that they don't feel like they're all alone anymore. Like you never know who you're going to reach with your story. Like there's somebody out there that needs you to tell your story so that they can know that they're not alone, so that they know that it's okay, that they don't have to live in that darkness no more. So I feel some of you might be writing a book or should write a book. Yeah, Queen of Swords, speak your truth. Speak your truth, even if your voice shakes, man. The Queen of Swords doesn't care about other people's opinions. Who cares if nobody believes your story? Who cares if somebody's going to read it or not read it? Like you're writing this story for yourself. If you write it for yourself and have no expectations as to what, I mean, that's how we disappoint. That's like the only way we get disappointed is when we have unrealistic expectations or expectations at all. If we have expectations at all and like nobody lives up to it, or, it doesn't meet those expectations, that's how we end up disappointed. But if you have no expectations about what's going to happen, then you can't be disappointed. Then it's all up from there. So speak your truth. Speak your truth, even if your voice shakes. All right. The world needs you. Somebody out there really needs to hear what it is that you've got in this book that you're writing, in this book that you should be writing. Because your words will have great impact on those who read them. It's not just about what you say, the people that read them, whatever it is that you're writing. Okay. Writing, spell work, spelling, spells, you know. All right, what do we got in your love? I've grown. Aw, look at that plant. And the emperor. Ooh. So somebody is really stepping into their authority, their their true divine self. I think that has tied all of this is all tied together, releasing the bonds of shame and you know not not focusing on some shit and putting it on paper. All right, put your story on paper, put your life on paper, speak your truth, step into your divine power, into your emperor. The emperor don't give a fuck what nobody says. You know what I mean? The emperor too busy running his own fucking castle to give a fuck what anybody says about any of the shit that he's done or that she's done. You know, this is a person that runs not only a castle but an entire kingdom. It's not just that you're the castle of your own ship or you're the captain of your own ship. Like you are a captain of the fleet, okay? And you don't get that way by accident. You get that way by a lot of trial and error, a lot of learning and relearning and unlearning. But in your love life, like you are stepping into your protector, like you are the protector, you are the rock, or there's somebody that's a rock for you, you know, or they've grown into being the rock, into being the emperor, empress, embodying this divine energy. So if you are no contact with somebody, I feel like they've done so much inner work, they've grown so much that you might have to learn them all over again. Like you might be surprised because I mean we only have what it is that we've like the last time we saw somebody, how they acted. We don't know what they've been through since the last time we seen them or since the last time we spoke. You have no idea how much somebody can actually learn in your absence. Or this is you, how much you've learned in somebody else's absence, or just learned in general. But the emperor, that's a protector. You know, that's stepping into your power, taking on the role of leadership, being self-sufficient, and not caring about the opinions of peasants. Okay? Don't care about the opinion of peasants. Don't be caring about the opinion of people who aren't doing anything. You know, most of the time the peanut gallery has all kinds of shit to say, but the peanut gallery ain't doing motherfucking nothing. They ain't got nothing to back up nothing what they're saying. Ain't never produced nothing, ain't never owned nothing, ain't never accomplished nothing. You know, and those are the people that always talk the loudest about whatever it is you're doing. Okay? So don't listen to the peanut gallery because they ain't got shit to say anyways. Right? All right, Virgo. I love you guys so very much. I hope you had a very wonderful Easter if you celebrate it. You know, spend some time with your family for those of you that enjoy your family. And if you're family, your friends that are family, you know, go hang out with some loved ones. All right. And let go of any self doubt, you know, any of this bondage, any of this shame that you're holding on to. Okay. All right. Well, that has been your reading for the week of April 21st to the 27th. If you would like a personal reading, please go to my website at crystal-lavender.com. All right. Sign up for my weekly newsletter. Get a free download of my book. All right. I love you guys. And until next time, be good to yourself and others always and always. Vroom, 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 beep, 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 beep. Okay. Bye.